Good afternoon, and welcome to our July Wellness Kitchen episode. We are very excited this month to have Luis Segovia with us, who I heard is an excellent cook. So we have recruited him. And Luis is our physician recruiter for ARMC. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you do for ARMC?
Sure. So I have been here for a year. Year this month. And what I do now is just do the physician's recruiter and the APP position. So nurse practitioner, PAs that comes to me. So I've been very busy since we started.
Great. All right. Well, what are we going to be making today?
So today we're going to be making some stuffed ricotta peppers. So it's a veggie recipe, and you'll see why. But just because it's veggie doesn't mean you cannot add some meat if somebody wants that.
Okay.
And you'll see why, because it's super, super easy.
So we can substitute if you want to substitute different ingredients.
Add the ingredients to the ones that are already in the recipe. Just add, you want to add beef, you want to add chicken, pork, whatever you want to do.
This is a great time because people's gardens are going.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can use some fresh produce.
Especially the tomatoes and the peppers. I have seen them on the store that they're beautiful, big, lucky, so perfect time.
Okay.
It's a summer dish.
So let's get started.
Okay, so to get started, we're going to just use this cherry tomatoes. You can use them whole or you can cut them in half. That's, depending on what you want to do. They're going to be in the oven, so they're going to just, be baked there. So it's just about looks if you want to make them differently.
Okay.
So what we're going to just do is put some olive oil on them, some salt and pepper.
So just kind of to taste.
Yes. Okay. And we're just going to put it on the side for now.
Okay. Here, I'll take.
So as to start, you're going to put your skillet, you're going to put your olive oil. Could be 2 tablespoons, I think that will be plenty.
So olive oil is that the healthiest oil, you think? Or?
That's a great question. For me, I only use olive oil. I have been using olive oil all the time that I have been cooking. Just for me, it's the most healthy.
Okay.
I don't use vegetable oil for when I cook. Some people do. Right. But I feel that olive oil, the virgin type, it's the best one that you can get. So we're going to just have this get really hot here. So this can be medium high. It doesn't have to be really high. So that way the onion, gets cooked. And then so we're gonna start with the onion. Then start there with the onion.
So it's about how much onion?
3/4 of a cup.
Okay.
You can do a little bit more. You can do a little bit less. I left it a little bit chunky, as you'll see after what it will make it just kind of crumbles with a mix. But you can make it as small as you need. So we're gonna do the onion now. So I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Start, kind of getting that little bit.
Well, that's cooking. What is the last physician that you recruited?
So last physician that we recruited, he's gonna be here next week. Yeah, that's the first of. It's gonna be a family medicine doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Yuri Shrenko. He's gonna be out of Jefferson.
Wonderful.
So he's coming back. He's gonna start with us. Then we also have somebody that was here before that is coming back as well. Like to see ready.
Ready. Okay. So 2 new ones and
2 new ones in Jefferson. We're looking out to hire for the plaza here.
Okay.
Because we're gonna need some family medicine doctors here. And prior to him, it was Dr. Bigidakis, which he used to be general surgeon.
Right.
And we also had Dr. Gordon Boxton. He just started with us maybe 5 months ago.
Right.
So we have 2 general surgeons. We're waiting for somebody also, like the 3rd general surgeon. Unfortunately, he's not unfortunate that he's because he's from Canada.
Okay.
But license is taking a little bit longer.
So we're getting another.
Yes, we are. He was supposed to be here as well as Dr. Isrenko, but unfortunately, due to the delay of the licensing, it's taking a little bit longer. But that's going to be another great addition, for the general surgery part. Especially now that we have a Da Vinci, that's going to be.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that equipment and
Well, I'm not the expert.
Right, I know, but just so it's kind of like a robotic
It's a robotic
piece of equipment.
That's where how they do their surgery.
Right.
So they're very not invasive because basically the way I see it, it's like taking a game. It's not the life.
Right.
But you're just kind of monitoring it to go in and do the surgeries, and it's super. What I hear about it, Dr. Big Doc is really good at it. One of the experts, as well as Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson used to be in university hospitals, if I'm not wrong, before, and he was like an expert there, and he was a trainer. So that has been super helpful also for recruitment.
Oh, right.
Because when I first started, some of that, not only general surgery, other departments and specialties, what we used to ask about it.
Okay.
And we was like, I think by then we already had the donation,
right,
but it was not here yet.
Right.
So it was always like, it's going to be here for the summer. And it kind of tied perfectly with the opening of the new tower.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, we did open our brand new tower. So, that has brought a lot of technology. To the community.
If you have not been to the building, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. It looks like, you can tell they put a lot of dedication, a lot of money in it. So now we're going to add the
garlic.
And
about how much garlic is?
It looks like 2, 3. I mean, because of my background, I cook a lot of garlic. But some people don't like the garlic. And if you don't use it, it's not going to make a big difference. If you use it, of course, it's going to give you more flavor. But it's something that I have heard some people don't like garlic. It's okay.
And fresh is probably
it's the best. It's the best. Sometimes, when I cook at home, and I'm going to confess I cheated by those. But the ones.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like for bigger dishes.
Right.
For dishes like this one, which is pretty important, that ingredient, I recommend to have that. The fresh. So we're going to give it here just for it to start smelling.
It smells good. You can't smell it in the audience, but it is so good.
So then what we're going to do next, we're going to do the spinach.
So you just get fresh spinach?
So fresh spinach, don't use the one that is frozen.
Okay.
Because that's for the different dishes. For this is not good because that one's too watery. So if you would put it here, it will be just like a soup.
Right.
We need for it to have consistency. So we can, once we start, putting them in the pepper. So pepper, it's around, you're making 6. I would recommend around 2.5 cups chopped spinach. You're just going to make 4, 1.5 to 2. As you see, spinach always shrinks up.
Right.
So, that's why now it looks big, but eventually you'll see that it just becomes smaller than the onion in a way.
Right.
So we're going to just leave this. And this needs to be more in a low medium. That way the onion doesn't burn and the spinach doesn't burn.
If you don't want it to burn.
Yes, definitely. For sure. Smells good. So,
So I guess the tower is probably a big selling point too to recruit.
Not that the whole building had anything wrong with it, but now that because we had on-site visits for different specialties, doctors that we're talking to, and we'll have that conversation going. They used to go up to the old tower. Now we just had 2 that came to the new tower. It makes such
right.
Just walking in that lobby, it's amazing. We're using those rooms to meet with them. Mm-hmm. So they can see it all. And then of course we take them for tours. But it's I have never been to that clinic in downtown Cleveland, but it's almost the same.
Yeah, it's very modern.
So I'll need your help.
Yes.
So when I'm just put a little bit in low here, when I put a little bit more spinach, because we'll have, and I just need for you to monitor while you do the peppers.
Oh, you want me to switch places?
Yes.
Okay.
So
all right. I learned.
So with the peppers, this is pretty easy. The way I do it, just cut them in half.
Okay.
And what's important here, take out the seeds.
Okay.
That's the ones that we don't want there. But try to leave the top, the green, it's okay, because it's going to cook in the oven.
So do you eat that?
Yes, you can eat it.
I always have taken one.
I do too, but in this recipe, since it's in the oven for such a long time, it cooks there. And it's visually nice,
Yeah.
So just always make sure and take this white stuff out of it. Because basically what we're looking for is getting a bigger cavity inside. So it's kind
We're going to stuff all this delicious stuff.
That's it.
Should I put some more?
Yeah, sure. We still have time, so that'll be fine. That's the advantage with spinach. It cooks really fast, and if you put more, I would just cooking next. So again, it's about the cavity, taking this white skin out of it. Sometimes a little bit bitter,
So why do you take the seed? Do the seeds, they have a better taste to them, or are they just, why would you take them out? Just curious.
Visceral, and it's something that you would not want to eat. Okay, even though it's gonna be cooked, and you'll see it's gonna be mixed with the other ingredients,
Like consistency.
but it's not like peppers that they're gonna burn you.
Yeah.
But it's just clean.
Got it.
So it's always about if you can take, sometimes pepper have this in the middle, this vein.
So take that out.
Yeah, you can just do it with your fingers. That way. I would not recommend doing this with a knife because you don't want to puncture it or cut.
Okay.
So it's better just do it with your hands. That way it's always clean and you can get a little bit more in there when you see fingers. Of course, you have to wash your hands.
Yes.
That you're cooking.
Yes. Please wash your hands first.
Okay, so we're good. So we're going to do 4 down. So let's
Trace again. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to make sure that all that spinach shrinks. Because nobody wants to eat a big piece of spinach when they're taking a bite.
Right.
So as I said earlier, if you're going to do it with any type of meat, I would recommend doing it separately. So you can do some chicken beforehand, just have it shredded or pieces. You can do sausage, So
Cook it at a time.
cook it as a
Stuff it.
or you can cook it at the same time. So you just have it next to you. If you're going to do anything that it has the meat, like red meat or pork, make sure you drain well
Oh,
gotcha. Out of that of the meat, because you don't want that mixture with it.
Right.
Because we're trying to avoid to be watery.
Right.
Because even though there's a very steady container, you want to call it, but still, it has the cheeses and all that, which will make it, better to taste. So I think we're good here. So that turned it off. So now next step will be, do we have another container so we can make the mixture? Well, let's use this way. So
Here, I will.
oh yes, there you go. And reason is because it's easier to make it, put this one first. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this
Do you need glass holder?
yeah, no, we're good. So do a mention please allow.
Oh, now I see where you're getting.
So
Because you got to mix the
we need to mix that and since if it was a bigger container, to avoid washing so many dishes, right? We will be using the same. Okay, so look this.
This way.
So use a spatula, a bigger spoon, whatever you want to use, So again, since we're going to be doing the 4 only,
Okay.
a cup 1/4 of ricotta will be plenty.
And we'll put the recipe in the link when we post this, so you'll have the exact instructions and ingredients.
So ricotta, you can use cottage cheese if you want
right.
to as well. I kind of prefer the ricotta, but if cottage cheese could be
It might be healthier.
it can be healthier, or this recipe is also very good if you have leftovers, like you have some cheese, you have some vegetables. Of course, if you have the peppers, will be perfect. And as well, you have some meat that you made in a different day, you can put it here. So ricotta, and then we're gonna be using
This is fresh, grated Parmesan,
Yes.
but I guess you could use the jar stuff, but this way it tastes better.
yes, that's exactly my next point.
Yeah.
You can use that one that we all have,
Right.
one that it comes in a jar that we keep in our fridge forever. But it will not give you the same flavor.
Exactly.
And now you need it because this is so cheesy. You
Yeah.
need the best cheese for it to
Right.
really have the best flavors at the end. So this will be the step that we would add the meat.
Okay.
Have the whatever
Ground
you
turkey,
choose.
ground
Yes.
beef,
Yeah.
sausage.
Then you'll just do this mixture. So it's pretty straightforward. By now, we have the oven in 450. So it's gonna be the oven will be 450, and they're gonna be in between 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
One thing I would recommend is not just putting them and doing something else. Try checking them every 15 minutes, maybe,
Right.
because the tomatoes are gonna be cooked faster. And then you might not kind of panic like, oh my god, they're like already not burned but done. But remember that the pepper takes longer to cook.
Right. Oh,
You know, so that's kind of like you'll see that the cheese on top, and as long as it's not black,
Right.
You know, it's not broiled.
Just want it to be
baking.
right.
But then you can see when the skin of the pepper starts wrinkling,
Okay.
when kind of shrinking,
Right.
if that makes sense, then you know it makes sense because the pepper it's good if you eat it raw, but with all this, it's better when it's kind of cooked inside. So now we're gonna just stuff the peppers.
So just do something.
Yeah, spoon will be
Kind of a little
plenty.
spoon, but we'll make do. And then you just put it in here with the tomatoes and cook everything together.
Yes. So we're gonna stuff
Easy.
them.
One pan. That's
Yep. So you're gonna stuff it. See, that's where the cavities are always needed because you need to kind of try press it always. Because if you just put a spoonful, if you don't press it, you're gonna need cavities that are
Right.
that you might not be seeing.
right on it.
So,
And it looks so colorful.
oh, this is so beautiful. That's why I recommend like we did today. You can do green peppers as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like the yellow ones and the red ones are like even out than I guess. We're gonna have like a barbecue, outside. That would be really good, especially in the sun right now that the sun is so beautiful up here. So,
And then for sides, I know you had made some brown rice, but what are some other things that people can?
so as a side, we can do rice, we can do white rice, we can do orzo, which is kind of the pasta that you
Okay.
as well. You can do quinoa, which is a new grain. Most people are not familiarized with it. It's one of my favorite. It's very nutritious. Not trying to make an advertising for the quinoa family, but it's super easy to make. It's kind of like a rice and gives you a different texture. It has a little bit of a more earthy taste. And with the peppers, of course, it will go better with it, as a companion. Or you can eat then just the peppers if you want. So once we have that, we'll try to just kind of.
So you can make more. Like if you had a 9x13 pan, and
You can make as many as you can. You can just keep on going with the sizes of that one. We have ricotta. See, we have a lot of ricotta.
Okay.
This is from one container of ricotta
Right.
by the store. So you can make 8. You can even make 12. So after that, we're just gonna sprinkle it with more the Parmesan, and then we're gonna bake it.
Put it in
the oven.
So we're just gonna put it in here. And then you said 450 for
425.
I'm sorry, 425 for 25 to 30 minutes, but keep watching.
If you look at it,
Yes.
maybe at around 20 minutes they will be done, depending on the size that the number you're making.
Right.
This one's in worth making 4. I think 20 will be plenty of the minutes. And we'll know our ovens, ovens, some of them work faster than others. Like it's a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more, intense that heat. But in a bigger oven, it will be 30 minutes.
Okay. So we actually have the finished product, so we'll go ahead and grab that. We here go. Louise came early and needed this, so we were going to test this.
So when we're done, they're out of the oven, as you can see, we're gonna see this a little bit. It's not burnt.
But it's a kind of, you can see it's kind of wilting.
Yeah, it's wilting. See the tomatoes. That's why if you cut them in half, they will work a little bit more. Doesn't mean it's gonna not taste the same. And then once you're done, you can get some fresh parsley.
Oh yeah, so you can garnish it with
to garnish the parsley.
parsley.
You can even put more cheese if you wanted to. More of the parsley on top.
I love cheese.
And me too. I can put like
cheese every day.
I eat cheese every single day.
Me too.
So it's you see, it's pretty healthy. It's pretty straightforward. It's
This is really you could have a salad with it maybe, but this is healthy and it's
I think with this, you're gonna be completely.
Yeah, you'll be full.
Yeah, you will be full, and it's a meal that you can make under 30 minutes. Wait,
Right, because we only,
because was it once?
doing this for like 15 minutes and it's done.
And when the peppers are in the oven, that's when you start doing your rice. You do it beforehand, and that way you have it. And see, we have a beautiful dish here. Close.
All right, well, we're going to test this out. Take a some cookies. You can taste it. And all this hard work. Can you get this thing?
Happens.
That's not amazing. Oh, this looks. I did not bring flash today, so we usually get together. That is so good.
Really good.
We are good. You don't even need the meat.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why. It's plenty and, it's really good.
All right. I know what I'm eating. Was there anything else you want to talk about as far as physicians or lean tower?
It's always, I think my role at the hospital is one of those that you're kind of behind the curtains.
Right.
But you're so involved at the end of the day, for me, I just ended a leadership class. They sent me to the hospital too. And I remember one of the questions was like, why do you love your job so much? My background is human resources. Now I'm just doing the recruit part. But my answer was like, even though they don't see me, it's not about me.
Right.
It's about what you do. You help so many people bring good people into town.
Exactly.
With physicians, people that are going to help the community, people that take care of all of us, so it's kind of something that it's kind of you pat yourself on the back sometimes. And every time a doctor starts, it makes you like the success that you have made, because nobody knows this, but behind the curtains, there's so much going on. It takes almost a year sometimes for a doctor to cross those doors and start with the hospital. So it's a little bit challenging, but I feel that now what we have, the city, the area here, people, sometimes I'm not from here. So it took me, I'm married to somebody that is from here. But, once you're here, you see the beauty that it gives now. What you can, as a lifestyle, it's so different, right, as well. But you have it all. So that's kind of what, we're doing now. And I feel that, we're in the right track to bring, best care that we can for Ashtabula accounts.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for everything that you do. You are a very important role for ARMC. We appreciate that. And we're so grateful for all the physicians that have joined us. And we hope that everyone comes and uses our services and comes and sees the new tower. Thank you very much.
Thank you.